We pick up our story from the last video where Godzilla killed Superman. This time, a thick, unnatural fog smothers Central City. Sirens and broken concrete, a skyline under a new kind of siege, and a red streak fighting the storm. The Flash grits his teeth against the slow pull of the air, racing towards the Iron Heights prison while the city tries to unmake itself. Flash mentions, "This definitely puts me over the top." The prison yard is chaos. Prisoners pouring into the street, guards scattered, and a 300-foot crab-like monster draped over the cell blocks. The fog is not weather, it's a toxin, and it eats at the speed that keeps Barry alive. Flash maneuvers through the melee, cajoling convicts and taking hits with rapid apologies. He keeps line of sight and keeps thinking out loud, because thinking aloud is how he keeps a city from bleeding out. He calls it for what it is. This is kind of an emergent situation, 300-foot monster on top of the prison. If you will all kindly follow me back to your cells. Come on, guys. He dances between punches, the fog tugging at his legs, Rogue swinging, and missing as he blurs past. When the villains close in, a sudden vortex rips through the yard and clears the smog. Supergirl arrives, her breath sweeping the toxin from the air, and Hal Jordan's green light follows behind her. Supergirl says, "Anytime. You wrangle the convicts, I'll deal with the crab monster." There's a quick human moment, the League's old rhythm returning for an instant. Then Supergirl freezes, listening to something in the noise no scanner can find. She says, "Kal-El, I can't hear his heart." Hal, surprised, says, "Huh?" Supergirl replies, "I can always hear his heartbeat. Always. But it stopped." Hal simply says, "It's Superman. No, there is no way." Supergirl says, "I have to go." She rockets towards Metropolis before anyone can answer. The yard splits into new emergencies. Meanwhile, Metropolis is a scene out of legend and ruin. Godzilla stands tall amid twisted river and fires, a behemoth of heat and scale over a motionless man. Superman lies motionless. Billy Batson kneels beside him, the city's agony reflected in a single small figure. Atom Smasher charges in, tidal and brave. "Hang on, I'm coming." He throws himself against Godzilla, grappling with a force that should not be fought by one man. Godzilla replies with a terrifying ease. A tail whip, a building turned to rubble, Atom Smasher tossed and broken. Hawkgirl, regaining consciousness, rushes over fast but breathless. "Hang on, I'm coming." She and Billy hover over the fallen hero, while Godzilla's weight crushes the avenues. Billy's anger breaks into action. He yells as Atom Smasher falls, and the monster turns to feed on the carnage. "Atom Smasher!" Then, a pained, raw decision. It killed them. "I'll distract it. Get Superman out of here." Hawkgirl resists leaving, but Billy steels himself. He baits the monster, steps forward as Godzilla towers above him, and speaks the word that changes everything. Shazam. Lightning crackles through the battlefield. The energy arcs from the sky into Billy and through him into Godzilla. A violent transfer that injures the monster and transforms the boy. Shazam stands, incandescent and furious. He says, "Get him out of here. I'll lure the monster out of the city." Shazam and Supergirl land a twin punch that topples Godzilla for a time, but the city pays for every blow with crumbling blocks and shattered glass. Shazam is blunt after the hit. That won't keep it down for long. Supergirl, looking toward where Superman lay, mutters only, "Cal." Hawkgirl bends over Clark's body, voicing a single stitched apology. "I'm sorry." The fallen man seems to answer in soft, impossible ways, and the team decides something must be done before the monster finds him again. Cyborg's voice slices into the comms like a surgical light. The situation in Central City has spiraled. Prisoners are loose, a Cthulhu creature is engaging Flash and Hal, and Toyman's fingerprints are appearing as a pattern across the attack vectors. The city becomes a ring of hands and claws. Hal Jordan and Flash fight the crab creature amid flying villains. Witty barbs are their only shield sometimes. Hal says, "This is mortifying. Crabface is treating me like I'm a gnat. How's it going down there, Red?" Flash says, "Better, but they don't seem to like me much." A string of rogues makes the scene worse. Freeze yells, "Get away from my sister!" and fires a raid that crystallizes Flash mid-run. "Eat ice, Red, eat it!" Manta and Cheetah move like predators of opportunity. Cheetah already plotting to strengthen their numbers and to use Toyman as the linchpin that started all this. As Freeze's sprinting ends, Flash vibrates free, whipping the air into a makeshift tornado that frees Hal. The two of them mesh into coordinated violence, a spinning green light and a red blur, and they keep the monster from gaining territory. Supergirl joins in with heat vision, driving the thing back. But then, the line that no one wants to hear drops across channels. Supergirl, voice small, says, "He's down, maybe for good." The words land like an impact. On Themyscira, there is a different kind of skill. Ritual, discipline, precision. A titanic mammoth lurches toward the island. Diana and Donna decide to redirect, not kill. They tie lassos to a bolt, aim between the tusks, and create a giant leash. The plan works. The beast is redirected, until it convulses and leaves under some external call. The Amazons realize this is not random. The monsters are responding to a signal. Someone is calling them. They watch as the creature goes. The island saved for now, but the intent is clear. The war is being steered. Under the waves, the battle is no less terrifying. A sea monster smashes against Atlantis' dome and exudes a purpling that electrifies, turning the water into a lethal cage. Wonder Woman, Hal Jordan, Flash, Aquaman, and Aqualad try to keep the creature from breaching the city. Aqualad calls it a siren's call. Cyborg verifies there is indeed a beacon. Hal looks for blame and points to Lex. Flash says Toyman. The chain tightens. As they fight the beast, Godzilla returns and unleashes an atomic blast that smashes shields and cracks domes. Flash puts out a flat observation. It's here. Mera urges a desperate last resort countermeasure. Aquaman opens a sealed bolt. The ocean answers with the Kraken, Atlantis' failsafe, and the three titans clash across tides and thunder. Mera says, "Arthur has released our kingdom's last line of defense, the mighty Kraken." Skull Island is primeval, Kong, territorial and raw, Oliver, human and light on his feet. Supergirl tries civilized diplomacy with the alpha ape. She calls up, "Hello, up here, up here. I mean no harm to you, but you must back away from my friend." She tells Oliver to take a distance. "Oliver, move away to a safe distance. I don't know how this is going to go." Kong roars. Oliver weaves through collapsing trees and notices shadows. League of assassins hidden in the tree line. He fights and is nearly overwhelmed until Kong slams the ground and scatters the attackers. Oliver escapes by leaping onto a ship, shaken but alive. Gotham's defenders hold the bat monster sedated under a net. Batman reads the diagnostics aloud. The heart rate dampening device is effectively keeping the creature sedated. Batwoman calls it a stopgap until we figure out what to do with it. Canary asks the question that echoes across every ruined city. The big question is, where did they come from and why are they rampaging in our cities? Cyborg says, "I'm working on triangulating the source. It's somewhere in the southeast." Shazam appears, guilt worn on his shoulders. Guys, it's my fault. I messed up real bad." Batwoman demands clarity. "What is it? What are you talking about?" Billy confesses plainly. I was just trying to help. Superman is dead." Cyborg says they must tell Lois, but Batman shuts it down with iron will. "No, don't say that. He's not dead, he's not." Nobody says a word to Lois, not until I see Clark. In the Chihuahuan desert, a red orb beeps against sand and stone. Lex Luthor approaches it with the curiosity of a surgeon finding a beating specimen. He says, "Here you are." In LexCorp labs, technicians have reproduced the beacon signature and prototyped a mechanized titan, Project Atlas. Lex wants to speed it to the field. If monsters won't move for them, weapons will shepherd them. In the Fortress of Solitude, empty cases tell a cold story. Artifacts are missing. The Dreamstone, gone. Batman says the Dreamstone is missing. That's how they got here. The team connects dots. The Legion of Doom, Toyman, the Mother Box, the interdimensional vectors. The task becomes surgical. Find Toyman, recover the Dreamstone, send the monsters home. Meanwhile, move Clark to somewhere monsters can't reach. Cyborg triangulates. The crab submerges into the Atlantic off-grid. The Themyscira beast moves toward North America. The Metropolis monster is on a collision vector. The team splits. Recon for the Dreamstone, rescue for Clark, intercept for Toyman. Lois replays footage and freezes a frame. Toyman is holding a red stone as Godzilla arises. She calls LexCorp and asks for every move in the last 24 hours. Deathstroke and Cheetah confirm Toyman's presence on satellite imagery. The Rogue's Arctic base battles with the Fractures of Command as they wait for Cheetah and Deathstroke to pull their piece of operation together. Lex's influence threads through the chaos like a scent. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and comment your favorite moment down below. I'll see you next time on Superhero Explained.